I actually like you. Like, I literally have said, like, I would sign an NDA and, like, never, like, let people know about our relationship, but, like, I actually like you.
So confirm or deny, are you a pathological liar? So
But I'm not a whore anymore. I don't do porn anymore. But I literally said I would stop being a whore for you, and I literally stopped.
Listen, you're an attractive woman, but the fact that you've done and
It was a hiccup.
it is 100% a deal breaker. Like,
But I said I'm sorry, and I literally quit being a thought.
thank you for your apology.
And like my is like
I
right.
accept your apology for doing.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just not gonna happen.
Brian, why? Like, because I used to be a whore. Like,
Used to?
You still are.
Like, I actually like you, like, that woman right there. I mean, the self-declared former 304 is side chick material, not to mention she's almost certainly trolling. When women go through the carousel, they are simply unable to be innocent again, and their brains get fried. The carousel is a serious matter, and that's why men vet women out there before putting a ring on it. A woman with extensive sexual experience, including porn, is the worst bet for any man. She might want to sign an NDA and say that she'll honor you, but the past still remains. Women don't get that men are finally waking up. Why? Is it because men are suddenly sexist and misogynistic? Not at all. The fact of the matter is very easy to understand. Mind what she does, not what she says. That's the biggest piece of advice you can get. A woman might want to act right to get and even retain you for some time, but her true self will always be there. Check this out.
I'm saying the only reason a man would be insecure about a woman's body count, my friends, is because they're insecure that they're not going to be able to satisfy the woman as well as the other men in the body count.
Actually, I'd be more concerned about the fact that your oxytocin receptors have densified to the point where you can't effectively pair bond. I'd be more concerned with the abnormal levels of sexual discipline and inhibition that emotionally healthy women tend to exhibit. I'd be more concerned about your impaired judgment when it comes to selecting a mate. I'd be more concerned about the fact that you're so desperate for emotional validation that you will willfully give your body to anybody. Concerned about the fact that you don't even receive orgasms from most of the men that you've dealt with, because if you did, you would keep that guy around, seeing as how elusive female orgasms typically are. I'd be concerned about the fact that I'm dealing with an emotionally unhealthy woman who likely suffers from substance abuse and depression. Concerned about the emotional baggage. Concerned about a hidden STI due to your increased risk. Concerned that I just increased my chances of divorce by 30%. Concerned that I just maximized my chances of being cucked. Concerned there's no long-term benefits dealing with a promiscuous woman.
Man dropped all the facts, and rest assured that the hoes out there are really offended. But they care about their stupid ideas, while we care about the truth. In today's video, we're diving deep into why men are always concerned about the past of women, and most importantly, why chicks with a past are never taken seriously.
Stick around because I'm sure you're going to love this one. But before we go any further, let me share the comment of the day.
Shout out to Robert Playdell. He said, "Hell has no fury like a woman in her 30s watching a man in his 40s dating a woman in her 20s. Well put, there really isn't. Please don't forget to reach out to us by email to claim your $5 for that comment of the day. As usual, guys, I'll pick one comment from each video. It may be the funniest, the most liked, or one that touched me, so don't forget to leave a comment and you may be our next winner. Make sure to hit the like and subscribe buttons too, as it helps a lot. And now, back to the video.
Embrace your masculinity.
Look, here's the thing. If a woman, here's the thing. Behaviors are deeper than you think. So it's not just that a girl slept with 100 dudes. That shows you something else. So to me, it's all less than judging. I'm trying to observe the truth about people. So it's like, I used to throw parties in Hollywood. Girls would come, they're porn stars. I got to know them. Like every Hollywood party, you'll have porn stars showing up. What I found about porn stars, a lot of people say they just had, they just had a fucked up childhood. That's about half of porn stars. The other half, they like sex. You talk to these girls, they're like, I love it. I get paid. So that kind of girl, I like them as a friend, but you don't want to have a kid with that kind of girl. Like, fuck that, because that shit just patterns persist, man. The old saying, the chains of habit are too weak to be felt till they're too strong to be broken.
This is real common sense. The man right there is not an average Joe. It's the one and only Tai Lopez, an OG in the make money online landscape. I'm pretty sure you know about him. He's strong, rich, and smart, so rest assured that women throw themselves at him. He's not the desperate type of man who kills himself over a woman's private parts. He's rather the opposite. This realization is not only reserved for the rich and powerful, but also for men like you and me. The past of people matters, especially when you talk about women. A woman's past is not something we talk about to mock women, but rather to warn you of the dangers ahead. The more bodies she racks up, the more context she's got and can come back to. Honestly, I think you wouldn't like to get involved with a chick who's got dozens of men on her phone. And me neither. Let's try to understand what women think for a moment. Women love attention, and when they get it, they get massive ego boosts that make them feel like queens. Note that the word here is feelings, not facts. When women go on a dating app, they can easily get matches. Dozens, if not hundreds of men are so desperate to get laid that they swipe right around 70% of the time. What about women, though? They do it only 30% of the time. Women filter out all these men in terms of looks, which I totally get, but when they're dealing with a guy, they often overlook what matters in the long run. His attitude, his personality, and how much of a husband material kind of guy he is. But no, these women utilize dating apps as hookup sites, and if the man's got enough game, he'll smash her and probably dash her. And do you think this happens only one time out of innocence? You better think twice. These women love the attention men give for free, and unfortunately, the dating app world is just a part of the story. Women hit the club, they take their time to get dressed up, put on makeup, and feel themselves. It's not something they do to please themselves. They do it for the sake of male attention and validation. They're so confident that they can get a new man that very night, take him home, and spread her legs in no time. Come to think of it, given how much promiscuity is sponsored these days, you get why men care about a woman's past. It's not a matter of fragile egos or not being able to please her in bed. It goes way beyond the flesh. Even top-tier men, except for a minority of cucks out there, want to make sure they're dealing with the right woman. Check this out.
A lot of guys are just successful, to have money, to have status. This is how they think, right? I'm telling you guys just how they think. A lot of times they're not going to tell you guys this because they want to have sex. This is what a girl should say. I'm not a hoe, low body count. I'm going to be submissive. I'm going to be dutiful to you. I'm going to assist you with whatever you want. I'm going to make your life easier. I will be an asset to your life and not a liability. I am going to help you with everything you got going on, and I'm going to turn off my IG. I'm not going to talk to other girls. And if you want to go ahead and bring another girl to the situation, I will assist you in doing that. And she's basically going to be what I call an indispensable piece in the spoke wheel, where she's going to help you operate at 105% versus you operating on your own and being 100%.
What men of status and success look for in women. They rarely focus on looks only because 1, looks fade over time, and 2, they don't want a woman to take 50% plus of their net worth. For example, Ashraf Hakimi pulled a move that many didn't expect, including his ex-wife. He put everything under his mom's name just in case, and when the divorce happened, his ex-wife didn't even smell the money. The point is, you can't simply trust these women. If you ever marry or commit, which I personally do not recommend, go get a prenup. Do not get finessed, and always keep an eye on what the girl does, not what she says. Look, women always put their best foot forward to get a man, but chicks cannot lie until infinity. At some point, their real selves will come up, and rest assured that it's not better than the woman you've been dating or living with so far. Men these days don't trust women as much, not because of some random conspiracy out there, but because of how the world is. Women are more promiscuous than ever before. They have all the options they want, even if they're average. They can suggest a random man to have sex with her, and 9 out of 10 times, he will happily smash. Women are not built like the women of the 1950s. They can date you, but at the same time, stay in contact with exes. They may show interest in you, but she's still keeping around other men and or texting men she has already slept with. This quote-unquote insecurity men have is absolutely necessary. Just like a woman wants a man who provides and protects, which is okay, a man wants to make sure he's investing his resources into the right chick. Look at this.
I do think that I deserve like a high value man. What is funny?
Sorry, my bad. I choked.
Do you think a high value man's gonna want a girl that's a stripper and or OnlyFans girl?
I mean, that's why I'm not looking for a man right now, but
wouldn't it be fair to say that your past matters?
no,
No?
not really.
Definitely.
Do you care about a man's future?
Yeah,
Isn't it fair for him to care about your past?
not really.
I don't think you see what I did there. Like, men are very interested in a woman's past.
Yeah.
Women are very interested in a man's future. So, if you want a high value man, he's gonna definitely care about what you did before you met him.
A high value man has built a massive empire and doesn't want a woman to ruin it. Plus, it really hurts to think that a woman could destroy your life because of things she did before you even came into the picture. If she wants to become a part of your life, she better be an asset and do the homework before the exam. Yes, just like women ask you questions as if a date was a job interview, smart men are the ones doing the testing. This is how ruthless, or rather logical, men must be. Letting a woman's beauty or sexuality go to your head is the worst move you can make. Men who care about more than a hot body look for other traits as well. If a woman has a past, she will try very hard to hide it from you. The signs are really clear. If you ask her and she comes up with narratives like, I had my fun, I had my party girl phase, and the like, she's definitely not the one you want. Well, maybe some men will want to fuck, but not for marriage. That's why women's options are most of the time confined to the sex department. Women are the gatekeepers of sex, for sure, but the problem is that they allow men to hit it one too many times. Hence, some men will not see her as if she was a pure, innocent girl. If she freely, again, freely, allowed lots of men to hit it, I don't feel any compassion or sympathy. They deserve whatever comes next, and if they claim they have trauma, they better go to therapy. Blaming a man because he wants a woman who will be loyal to him is proof of a woman's real insecurity. Most men are happy to accept a woman who's been around the block. I mean, at least for sex, don't get me wrong. But when a man is testing the waters, sees something he doesn't like, and then speaks up, these women become someone else. Yes, if you suddenly find out she's got certain provocative pictures and let her know that you don't like it, most of the time she'll call you names, all while wanting a huge chunk of your money. Yeah, it looks like her wanting your money is okay, but you wanting her to take down her provocative pictures and stop acting like she's single is evil. Women these days are not trained to be housewives. Our culture has deteriorated a lot. With the rise of simping culture and the acceptance of women's promiscuity, we're surely not on the way toward healthy relationships and beautiful families. The narrative that women should explore to know what they really want is another psyop. Literally, a psyop. The only ones who benefit are women, who get tons of dinner dates, free trips, and even money, and of course, Chad and Tyrone. Then, when men want to date with the purpose of marrying, they're really concerned about a woman's past. This is common sense, not insecurity, as said by modern women. Check this out.
Body counts matter.
BCM. I'm getting
Body-
some t-shirts. Body
counts
matter.
Body counts matter. Body counts matter for sure. Like, you know what I mean? Like, would you marry a woman that you feel like had 100 dicks in her?
The mere thought of hundreds of dicks inside her is not cool, honestly. You might get an STD. That said, I came across a Quora post that talks about why a woman's past matters. Let's break it down. I quote, "Does the girl's past relationships matter in a relationship? Yes, very much so. Generally, people show patterns in their relationships. This is much more true for women than for men. I will explain to you why. Disclaimer: the following is a stark generalization for the purpose of making my point. In 90% of the cases, it is usually the woman who determines whether or not a relationship happens. Here is some news for you. Relationships have a lot to do with the availability of sex. Imagine an average guy approaching 10 single women on the street and asking for sex. He'd probably be slapped by all 10 of them. If an average woman did this with 10 single guys, chances are all 10 would fuck her. That is what I mean. Availability for intimacy, sex, relationship is not an evenly distributed feature between the sexes, even in super postmodern egalitarian societies. Therefore, many guys often end up with a girl who responds in a positive way to them, and by the way, this psychological pattern has been shown in certain studies, i.e., that men tend to be less picky and also less loyal. Only the most desirable, i.e., 5% of guys can attract women to a degree that allows them to pick the one they really, really want out of the hundreds, and even then, it still requires some effort. With women, on the other hand, the desirable top 25% can pick almost anyone save for that 5%. Got it? Good. The consequence of this is that most women choose their boyfriends, whereas many men end up with the chick for a while or forever. Unless you really know how to attract women, as a guy, you will usually date women equal or one category below yourself in terms of looks and status, very rarely above. Don't believe me? Go to unis, parks, and other public places and watch the couples. In 90% of the cases, the women look comparable or worse than their boyfriend/husbands. The 10% are desirable guys. They have status or charisma and know how to attract women. This man got banned by Quora. I totally get why. His words are truly offensive to women because it looks like exposing their nature is a crime. Look, women date whoever they want, and men date whoever they can. But women marry who they can, most of the time a cuck, and men marry who they want. This should become a law of nature, really. When women want to take men to bed, they surely can do it. But do any of those men take her seriously? Not at all. Any man with brains knows she can easily spread her legs in front of other men too. That's why men who want to get a wife and not fling care so much about a woman's past. If she's been with multiple men, had sex with all of them, and lived all the experiences you wanted to introduce her to, there's almost nothing you can do. Not only are you competing with other men who hit her up on Instagram, but also with her exes. Not a good bet. All in all, the bottom line is simple. Her past matters. Doesn't matter what society says day in and day out. As much as men's standards are criminalized, we don't care. Women live their truth, get ran through and all that jazz, but in the end, we pick and choose. Remember, women might be the gatekeepers of sex, but men are the gatekeepers of relationships. So make sure not a single hoe enters your castle. Stay strong, guys. As always, I wish you tremendous success. Now it's your turn. What do you think? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Remember that if you leave the best comment, you will get $5. Thank you so much for watching. If you found value in this video, hit the like and subscribe buttons, ring the notification bell so you don't miss out on future uploads, drop a comment, and share it. See you in the next video, guys. Till next time.